So early on here, I had a situation against Ace King. I wasn't putting my opponent on that, and I kind of just, blasted off. I don't know how else to say it, but I'll tell you what, man, we got a good one today. A lot of interesting spots. You're not going to want to miss it, man. It's also going to run for close to 15 minutes. So, like I say, grab a bottle of water, some Gatorade, some coffee, and let's just get right into this. And, as a little background on myself, guys, been playing for a very long time, play a few times per week, and yeah, I've been through it all, the ups, the downs, and I kind of just chug along and I do what I do, man. But, I play the mid stakes mainly. And we do have an awesome community, guys. In the pinned comment, if you're playing right now, maybe you're stuck. I don't know what the reason could be. It's always good to talk to somebody, and I'm always around in there if you want to talk to me. You could also get my full setup down in the pinned comment as well. If you guys could tap the like, man, and let's get right into this, man. All right, so I think the third hand coming up here is going to be the Ace King situation. And it's interesting. Like if I feel like we would have hit trip deuces right there. If I feel like somebody's weak or they don't have it, I will make a move. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to think about this. You move up, you're playing against better opponents. It's what comes with the territory. But you gotta, make adjustments. You gotta bluff, and you gotta make plays, man. And in this spot right here, for example, like I got nothing. But I'm going to continue, right? I'm going to continue here, and then I'm going to actually barrel this on the turn. Now, turn card's going to put a club out there. It's not necessarily that this guy has a flush. It's possible. Maybe he's just floating us with an ace here, which is also possible. He could have a pair of tens. Not thinking about the 5 right now. He let the clock run down on this quite a bit, so I don't know what he was thinking about, but, it is what it is. I didn't feel like he was strong, so I tried one more time here on the barrel, little barrel. Keep saying a little barrel right here. So we're going to barrel the turn, man. Not very large. Kind of keeping it small. Okay, when he called us, that's when I just raised the white flag. I'm like, all right, dude, you must have a 10 or something. You're probably not going to fold. But he had a flush, so he was never folding there anyways. It is what it is, guys. I put the brakes on. But here we go. Jack, King offsuit. Obviously not a very good hand, but totally had the wrong read on this. And you'll notice, like, there's a lot more aggression when you're playing the mid to higher games because opponents are better, right? So you obviously are needing more spots where you're trying to, bluff a little bit more. And in this spot, I was wrong, okay? So I'm just going to do a standard open raise here, and we're going to get re-raised. And I'm sure you already guessed it, right? What the other guy's going to have. Player 3, going to kick it up. Oh, I also forgot to, I always look at the table when we sit down. Player 3, player 5 doing pretty good. Start things off here. And then, we're just kind of down to start things off. But we're going to do our thing here, man. We're going to do our thing. Don't hate me too much either for what you're about to witness here. All right, so this guy's going to kick it up to the 40 piece. Now, he could be doing this with a lot of stuff. Maybe some weaker aces. We are in later position here, maybe ace 10 suited, ace jack suited, possible like mid pairs like 9s, 10s, not really jacks because we're blocking that. So maybe some stuff like that. That's what I was thinking anyways. So I just tried to, re-raise bluff this guy, but, I was going to be completely wrong. It is what it is. I can admit that sometimes I'll play a hand poorly and, it happens. It happens to the best of us. So I didn't even go for just like a re-raise. I'm just going to come over the top on this guy. I guess like I said, I just wasn't a believer. Had to think about it though. I didn't want to just call here. I knew that. It was either, re-raise bluff or just muck it. I went for the bluff, and we are going to get called down, and we're going to be in a bad spot here. So, totally had the wrong read on this. And he's suited, too. But we are going to outflop him. However, we're not out of the woods, right? He needs a 10 or an ace, so he's got about 8 outs going to the river here. Will he get there? Oh, man. We just took down ace king with jack king offsuit. Brutal spot, guys, and that's how the cookie crumbles sometimes. And that was just that was me just getting lucky and making the wrong read, right? Obviously I should have lost that, but we took it down. And you know what? We're not done yet, man. We're gonna we got a couple big spots coming up still. So, you know, if you enjoyed that one right there, man, don't go anywhere. It's going to get better. It's going to get better, man. And even though you're probably like, man, you are the worst, you know, it is what it is, right? We'll take it. We'll bake it. We'll bake it in the oven. All right, 4 deuce. I'm going to fold the next couple hands till we get to our next spot here. But man, that was tough, man. He was suited too. You know, the ace king suited. Ooh, losing to the jack king off. Oh man, that's a rough one right there. I feel it. I feel the pain on that one in my side. All right. What a bluff I'm going to make here with this 7-3 suited. All right. This is just big blind spot. Not a good hand, but I'm going to try to represent a good hand again. It's just a small blind, big blind situation. Going to kick it up here to the 45 piece instead of just calling here. You know, you always deal with the small, big. You know, anyone's going to be raising anything, right, in the small blind against the big blind a lot of the time. Sometimes you run into it, and sometimes you don't. And sometimes, most of the time, somebody has, like, a weaker hand. But he is going to keep us honest here. I'm sorry, he didn't even keep us honest. He re-raised us, and I still called. Flop was not good, okay? Absolutely nothing there. However, are we going to give up? No. What I did here was I called him because I don't think he re-raised us with ace-queen or king-queen suited. We could be putting him on some pocket pairs or ace-king. So ace-king is one of the likely hands here. Aces or kings is another likely hand here. Other than that, no. I think, too, based on how I decided to play this, that maybe I do have the queen here. I think it's a toss-up. You know, am I really bluffing here and calling him if I don't have a queen here? Probably not. So he let it go. I think he probably had ace-king right there, so he didn't even have a pocket pair. He would have got there on the river if I checked that, but if he had ace-king, which is what I think he had, the re-raise doesn't make any sense otherwise when he re-raised us. So, yeah, I mean, pretty interesting spot right there with the 7-3 suited, but it kind of just goes to show you that there is a lot of, you know, thinking that goes on in some of these plays that I'm making, you know what I mean? So, and you need to be doing the same, right? You need to be thinking the same. All right, 5-7 offsuit. This is a quick fold. I don't even know why I called this, but I did. But yeah, don't go anywhere, guys. We still got a big one coming up here. It's going to get good, man. It's going to get good, man. Don't go anywhere. Well, the clubs got there, but I wasn't doing anything here except folding. I mean, come on. You know I'm not doing anything here. No reason.